If there's one thing that should be constant in video games, it would have to be strong, driven mothers. We can never have enough games that show how much we appreciate moms since they make us strive to be better versions of ourselves. Also, we shouldn't be scoffing at a mother's maternal instincts because this superpower of theirs makes them unstoppable whenever they kick in. This is why, in celebration of Mother's Day, we've decided to come up with a list of the top badass moms in gaming to give them the recognition they truly deserve. So without further ado, here is our list. Starting off the list, we have Toriel Dreamer from Undertale. In a world where humans are hunted by monsters, Toriel's genuine concern and actual power make her one of the best moms we've ever seen. Toriel is a motherly figure who guides you through the opening stage of Undertale after you've gotten past Flowery. She enjoys cooking and bakes butterscotch cinnamon pie as well as her favorite, the snail pie. Toriel also has a playful side, as shown by her love of puns and bad jokes. She even keeps a journal of puns close to her. However, just as most mothers, Toriel also has a protective side. She will beat you up into a pulp just to keep you safe from the ruins. Once you venture into the ruins, however, at the end of it, Toriel will test how strong you've become by challenging you to a fight. She can be killed or spared once you defeat her. If you choose to spare her, Toriel will let you go. However, she will also tell you to never return to her house again. Such is the role of a mother, pushing her children to be the very best in whatever path they take. Next on the list, we have Dr. Mary Sommers, also known as Horizon in Apex Legends. When a mother promises something to her kids, Dr. Sommers, aka Horizon, will break the space-time continuum just to keep it. After being trapped in a black hole for 87 years, she is determined to find a way to go back in time and be with her son. Horizon is an offensive legend who specializes in gravity-related firepower. Her gravity lift allows her team to reach areas that cannot be accessed through conventional means, while her black hole is a deadly offensive weapon that sucks all enemies towards its center, leaving them vulnerable. In tight situations, count on Horizon to be on your side fighting the good fight. We sometimes say that moms can be a nightmare, but this mom took it literally and to another level. Myra Hansen is one of the top officers in STEM and is a stern professional and commands respect from her constituents. During the Evil Within series, Myra Hansen's maternal instincts kicked in and she believed that her daughter, Lily, was still alive. She went to extreme lengths to track, rescue, and protect her. However, as an unfortunate side effect, Myra became overwhelmed by her dark side and began to fight her husband, Sebastian. After Sebastian defeats Myra's dark side, she regains her senses and tells Sebastian to leave her while she takes care of the STEM Corporation. Truly, a mother's love for her children knows no bounds. Yennefer of Vengerberg of the Witcher series is next on our list. After being robbed of the ability to bear a child in exchange for magical powers, this fierce sorceress was hell-bent to find a way to become a mother again. However, upon meeting the child of surprise, Ciri, Yen's motherly instincts was switched on and she goes with Geralt to protect their adoptive daughter. Yennefer is one of the strongest sorceresses in the Witcher franchise. Her command of the arcane both shocks and awes, and it's always a good thing to get on her good side, because she can crush you as easily if you do cross her. A mix of beauty and danger, Yennefer of Vengerberg is truly one badass mother figure. Speaking of formidable sorceresses, we have Edea Kramer from Final Fantasy VIII up next. Edea has two roles in Final Fantasy VIII. First, she is the main antagonist to Squall, Rinoa, and company. She is seen as a maniacal sorceress who is under the influence of Ultimecia. Her other role is Edea, the mother. In Edea's world, being called a sorceress is a curse, and unfortunately, she becomes one from the age of 5. Despite knowing that she would one day destroy the world, she chose to genuinely love and built an orphanage to raise the children who would eventually bring her end in the future. Edea Kramer is truly a multifaceted character in the Final Fantasy universe. If you haven't played Final Fantasy VIII yet, we suggest that you do, so that you can experience what Edea Kramer is all about. From powerful sorceresses, we now head on to fighting games in search of badass mothers. In the Tekken series, there are notable moms such as Kazumi Mishima, Jun Kazama, and Michelle Chan. But we chose someone else to fill this spot, and that is Roger Jr. and his mom, the kangaroo duo. When her son uppercutted his dad into eternity after they found out that Roger was just chilling watching TV and neglecting them, life became tough for Roger Jr. and Roger Jr.'s mom. Roger Jr. and his mom were forced to join the 6th King of Iron Fist tournament for financial security. While Roger Jr. has shown flashes of excellent pugilistic prowess, he is still a young Joe. This is why Roger Jr.'s mom accompanies him throughout the tournament. Roger Jr.'s mom goes through the competition with her kangaroo and boxing fighting styles, as well as her mother's killer instincts. We are still hopeful that they will be back for Tekken 8. In the meantime, do not pick a fight with Roger Jr. as well as Roger Jr.'s mom, because you will get knocked out. Next on the list, we have Android 18. Beauty, body, and power levels over 9,000. This mom has got it all. Android 18 has been on tons of Dragon Ball Z games, most notably alongside her brother Android 17 and husband Krillin in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Her love and concern for her daughter Maron and her husband Krillin is unmatched, as she would even kill her own brother for just mispronouncing her daughter's name. To say that she can hold her own against other fighters is an understatement. Android 18 truly is a badass mother figure. To this day, male fans of Android 18 are still amazed by how Krillin was able to marry this amazing lady. A loving wife and a mother who packs a killer arm-breaking kick and a steely leer, Android 18 is someone you don't want to mess with. Anya Oliva Blaskovich is up next. Anya is the wife of the anti-Nazi rebel William Joseph B.J. Blaskovich, and she will do whatever it takes to be there for her husband. Earlier in her life, Anya was on her way to become a doctor but had to go back to her home to help her family run their mental asylum. This is where she met B.J. Blaskovich and began aiding him in the fight against the Nazis. Despite being pregnant at that time, she assisted B.J. after being surrounded by Nazis. She went all out and took out every Nazi in that room, saving herself as well as her husband in the process. Talk about a badass woman right there. Their kids are on the latest Wolfenstein game as well, so it's safe to assume that the Nazi kicking ass gene is alive and well in the Blaskovich household, thanks in large part to Anya. Margaret Qualley, also known as Mama, is the go-to person when you need the latest tech in the dystopian world of Death Stranding. She was about to give birth via C-section in a hospital when terrorists attacked the building, causing the entire building to collapse. Mama got crushed under the rubble and luckily survived. Unfortunately, the baby she gave birth to was born on the other side, which resulted in the baby manifesting as a harmless beached thing, or BT. Despite her baby being a beached thing, or a BT, she still cares for it, much like how she helps you out in improvising or improving your weapons and gadgets in the game. This goes to show that a mother's love truly has no bounds. Last but not the least, we have Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village. While not much is yet known about her, here's what we know so far. Standing at a towering 9 feet and 6 inches tall, she's one of the menacing yet provocative antagonists in the latest Resident Evil game. Apart from her imposing figure, she also has the ability to create long, sharp blades from her fingers to rend and tear through any hapless victim she gets her hands on. It's also hinted that she might be a vampire as well. However, you need to play the game to determine whether this is true or not. Lady Dimitrescu is also hinted to be the matriarch of the Dimitrescu family, and has 3 daughters who also possess some otherworldly powers to keep Ethan Winters in dire straits. If you're brave enough, you need to play Resident Evil Village to figure out how deadly Lady Dimitrescu really is. And there you have it, our list of the top badass moms in gaming. A big thank you to all the mothers out there. Keep on being the lights of our homes and keeping everyone in the family in line. Happy Mother's Day.